Hey leaders, welcome back for another Theology Thursday. I want to talk about a subject that I think will hit home with all of us, and it stems from a local church pastor said something that was, I thought, very profound, very introspective, and he had guts to be able to say it about his church. But he said, we're a very friendly church, but we're not a very welcoming church. Now, what's the difference, right? Isn't that the same thing? Maybe. I mean, it depends upon which definition you're using. But here's his context. He's saying that we're going to smile, we're going to be nice to you, we're going to nod at you in the parking lot, we may hold the door open for you as you come in, and we're going to be really friendly. We're really nice folks. But we're not welcoming. And the difference I would propose would be to welcome someone is to go that extra step to make sure that that new person or new family gets connected. Every church thinks they're the most friendly church. In fact, I've never been on staff at a church where they're like, you know what? We're a bunch of jerks and we like it. No one thinks that. Everyone thinks they're a really friendly church. And I think the truth is every church is a really friendly church. I've yet to meet a body of believers that are not friendly people, which is a really good thing. And I think that we get so quick to applaud ourselves on, hey, we're friendly. Like we say hi to visitors that we kind of let our guard down. Where's the line though for welcoming? So to welcome someone, let's say they take that leap of faith and they join your small group. To welcome them is to intentionally engage this new person or new couple in conversation and make them feel a part of the group. Where some of you may have had relationships for several months or several years or several decades. Now you've got a new person that's moved into your area or has started trying your church for the very first time. They don't know you. They don't have that history with you. Being welcoming is being willing to have some surface level conversations until relationships are built in order to bring them into the group and make them feel a part of the group. Let's be honest, it's a lot harder. Being friendly is a lot easier. I mean, how hard is it really to smile at someone or say, man, good to see you this morning. Glad you guys are here. I'm glad that you do those things, and please don't stop doing those things. But let me give you a couple suggestions on ways that you can be welcoming that go beyond friendly. So one of them is ask about someone's family and genuinely take interest in what they have to say. Find out where they're from. What do they like to do? Here's one I want you all to try at some point. Invite a family out to lunch. Now, I know what you're thinking. You really have to put yourself out there. What if they think I'm weird? What if I'm not cool enough and they don't want to hang out with me and they say no and then I feel embarrassed? It's a risk. There's no doubt. You're taking a risk of rejection. There's all kinds of reasons why they would say no. Introduce them to friends at church. So don't just be friendly to them. How easy is it to say, hey, Mike, come here real quick. And you bring Mike in the picture and say, you know, this is the Jones family. They're here for their first time. Mike's from your part of town too. Now they feel like, man, there's people at church that know my name. And that's not to be fake or phony. That's what we're all looking for. We all want to know people and be known in church. So help them meet other people. A couple other ways you can be welcoming. Walk with them, get a cup of coffee. Hey, have you found coffee yet? If you're comfortable doing that, maybe you help them find out where kids check-in is. Don't leave them hanging. If they're a new family, especially if you've been walking with Jesus for a long time. You know, Tim is going to be okay if you missed the first song because you got out of your seat to help them get their kids checked in. I mean, these are wonderful next steps that go way beyond the average. Do you feel the difference between, hey, how you doing on this Sunday morning? Nice to see you, and really engaging with them? Think about your group. Is your group a welcoming group? Are you just a friendly group? Or if someone comes in, are you helping connect them? Yes, when new people come, here's how they see it. They think that they're the only first-time guest. They're not considering if another family's here for the first time. And they think everyone on the inside, everyone's in on it, right? Like they're assuming that everyone has history, that everyone grew up together. If they're coming to our church, they're thinking, when am I supposed to pray? Am I going to say anything? There's a lot of tension that they have, and they think that they're the only ones that are on the inside, that all of you guys are in the know. And so by you welcoming them and going beyond just being friendly, you are really taking the next step to make sure that, hey, I'm not going to leave you alone here. Like, I got you. You're going to be okay. We're going to walk you through this. Remember that all of this is new to them. Like, they're leaving their children with strangers. Let's be honest, you may have grown up with the person that is overseeing kids. Like if you've been in this church for a long time, you're well acquainted with Missy Harris, and you trust her, and you're not worried about your kids with her. But to a stranger, she's not Missy Harris, she's a stranger. And so anything you can do to help welcome a family, it's going to put them a little bit more at ease because they feel like everyone is in the know and not them. That also puts a little bit of responsibility on you. And here's where here's the theology portion of this. Ephesians 4, I taught on that a few Sundays ago. Like, you are the church. You are to be empowered by your ministers and your leaders, because I think there's a sense that all of us feel like, well, I mean, I don't have the authority to reach out to this person. I don't really have the authority to make them feel like an insider. I mean, isn't that the pastor's job, right? Isn't that one of the staff members' job? Certainly is. That's definitely part of what we do. But you have my permission right now. You have the authority to make a very first-time guest feel welcomed. You are as much as the body of Christ as I am. I mean, you're part of the body of Christ. And so in one aspect, you feel like, well, I'm not really an insider because I'm not leadership. Well, you are. But especially our group leaders are seeing this. You're as much as a spiritual leader as they're probably ever going to get really close with. So of all of our folks, our small group leaders, you have permission from one of your pastors. You are on the inside, and you do have the authority to be able to reach out to them and make them feel welcome. And I hope that you'll sense that. Jesus said it like this in Matthew 28:18. He says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples. And so there's this transference that his authority comes from heaven, that God's given this authority. And then he's transferring to the disciples, like, now go. I've got the authority to send you. Make disciples. And so we can apply the same principle here, that if you are a child of God and you are a member of Hickory Grove, you are on the inside. So don't feel weird about making that person feel welcome. That's what we want you to do. Last thing, and then we'll quit with this thought. You're worried that by reaching out to someone like this, that they may have been coming for the last 2 years, and you're going to treat them like a guest, and they're going to say, oh, I've been going for 2 years, and then you're going to feel silly. Please, if you take anything away from this video, take this. You shouldn't feel silly about this. This is a big church. Okay, there's 3 services now. If a family changed service times, it's possible that you've never met them before. That we have one of our small group leaders. I'd be interested to see if he watches this video. He has 2 different family members that have been attending this church at different worship times than him. And so these 3 family members have all been coming to the church for several months, and they had no idea that someone else from their family was attending here. So give yourself permission to relax just a little bit. It's not that big of a deal if they say, oh, I've been going in for 2 years. It's clear that you don't know them, and I would love to see you get connected. Invite that family out to lunch and do lunch with them. Remember that if you've grown up here, you've been here for a while, that this is super easy for you. But for a very first-time guest, this is a terrible thought to come to church. It's terrifying. Even for extroverts, this can create stress and tension. Help relieve that stress for them. Consider that this week. Is your group friendly or welcoming? And are you friendly or welcoming?